How do you deal with changes to your schedule? Do you get frustrated? Or are you one of those calm people that can work your way through anything? Well, we're going to find out how I am on today's episode. Please like and subscribe if you find this video informative. Share it with your friends too. Well, this weekend taught me a couple things. First thing is that my plans don't really matter. So it was an interesting weekend. We went to pick the kids up and we got to the camp early and didn't realize it. So we were on a schedule of our own making and we were relying on some bad information, not from the people who would have had the correct information, but from some other people. And when that happens, how do you react to those kind of things? Are you quick to snap at your wife or your loved one? Are you quick to snap at your children? Or are you just one of those people that are, smooth all the time and don't have these issues? That's not me. I have an issue with being late. I find that is something, for some reason, that's a big pet peeve in my life. And I don't know why it bothers me as much as it does, but it does. So whenever my schedule gets a little bit messed up, it tends to throw a little bit of a attitude into my life, and I think I snap at others quickly and don't realize I'm doing it until right after I do it. And then it's not good for relationships. So what are you doing to control that? What do I need to do to control that? Well, I think it's important that I understand that I'm not the most important person in the room. I think some of that is the issue, is that I have a selfish mentality that I'm more important than everybody else. And when things don't work out my way, I tend to take it out on the others that I think are less important than me, and that their time may be less important than my time for some reason. I'm working on being more flexible this year. We will see if that works or not, but we've gone through a lot of changes this year, and I'm growing quite a bit just in my everyday way of thinking and stuff like that. It's interesting when you start a business of any kind, I don't think you are fully understanding of the ups and downs that you'll be facing the whole way through it. At the very beginning when you start it, your timeline is everything's going to be great, and then you're going to be making all this money and surviving. Everyone's going to be happy. You're going to have all this time to spend with your family. And that's just not the way it is. And so our schedules constantly get overloaded or overbooked. And sometimes we have a hard time adjusting. So that's my goal for this year. Is one of the big goals for this year is to be I guess the word's going to be malleable. I want to be more flexible when it comes to scheduling. And I also need to understand that, again, I am not the most important person in the room. I think that will help our relationships in our families. I think that will help our relationships, especially with our kids, who notice everything we do and notice when we're in bad attitudes. And I think they feed off of that attitude, and then they have a bad attitude as well. So just something that happened this weekend I wanted to share today. It's all about attitude. There's a C.S. Lewis quote, and I'm not going to get it right, but I'm going to try. You can look it up if if I butcher it really bad. But basically, it's we shouldn't be looking at the problems and the I can't remember what the word was, but basically, it's that idea of these things that pop up in your life are not outside of real life. They're not something that we should just act like isn't part of real life. It is real life as we all experience it as humans. And because of that, we should be growing and moving through these things instead of just, I guess, shutting down and not allowing these things to happen, or just avoiding them or ignoring them and acting like they're not happening. Basically, upsets in your life is what he was talking about. something, again, I'm going to work on this year. But I hope this is beneficial to you. I'd really appreciate your comments. If you found this helpful, I would appreciate, again, if you would click subscribe and like this video. And I'm going to work on getting these out daily. Probably not on Sundays, but every other day I'm going to have one for the next 90 days. I'm trying to do a 90-day challenge to myself to get the content out there for you. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you watching this. Please comment and subscribe. Thank you.